So let's talk lighting. It's one of the most important aspects of filming. With light, we can create a mood or influence what the viewer feels. And with the many ways we can modify light, it only enhances our creativity. So let's take this example where I've used light to create somewhat a moody feel. And we can switch the vibe by adding a feel. We're at a point now where good lighting is affordable, and oftentimes these affordable lights have a ton of features packed in, sometimes even more features than lights that are way more expensive. I'm always interested when new lights drop or when I just find a light that I haven't heard of. Recently, I've been wanting a compact light that still packs a punch, so I'd be able to set it up and take it down quickly, and also set it in places that would just be easier with a smaller light. So when Neewer reached out and told me about the HB80C, I definitely had to check it out.
Good lighting doesn't call attention to itself, but you'd feel its absence the moment it's gone. It guides the eye, sets the tone, and quietly tells the audience how to feel. It's what adds depth to a moment. What turns a simple frame into something that feels lived in. A small shift in light can change everything. That's what separates a shot from a scene you remember.
Now, I'm not gonna bore you with specs. If you are interested in those specifics, a link will be down in the description. I more so just like talking about real life uses and personal experience when it comes to these products. The Neewer HB80C is a smaller compact light, but powerful enough to act as a key or use as a fill. It's not only bicolor, but also RGB and has effects built in. And I feel like that's pretty standard. A lot of lights coming out now are bicolor, RGB, and has effects. Me personally, I'll use colors or effects occasionally, but what I really appreciate is a light that is bicolor, so I can set it to a temperature that fits the scene. What really gets me excited about this light is being able to set it up with minimal effort. And also having a small but powerful light that I can mount high up, for example. With bigger lights, a lot of times they come with those bulky controllers, and it could just be a real hassle trying to mount that high up. Or I'm just limited on time and it's gonna take too long to get that done. Another benefit with the smaller size is being able to place it in spots that don't have much room. Maybe you want to put it in a cabinet or stick it in a corner somewhere. You can operate this light with the Neewer app, which has also been super useful when I have this light mounted up. And the setup for this app was quick and easy. And honestly, you'll have an easier time adjusting the light with the app because it's just easier and quicker to get to what you want. I mean things like intensity, color temperature, setting the color. It can be done super quick in the app. And you can do all these things on the light itself, but if we're talking speed-wise, the app is the way to go. Not only that, but there's also extra features in the app, like being able to select a color using your phone's camera and set the light to that color. So you just point your camera at something green, for example, and the light will switch to that specific shade of green, or as close to it at least. Another positive with this light is that it has a Bowens mount, and that's been convenient because I'm able to use modifiers that I already own. I have a couple other smaller lights that's comparable to this one, but they have proprietary mounts. And honestly, now that I think about it, That's been a reason in the past why I've chosen to not grab those, because I know I won't be able to use modifiers I already own to alter it and get it to a point that I'd want. This light does have a fan that's super quiet, and you can even slow the fan down by switching to 45 watts from 60. In order to get it to 80 watts, it needs to be plugged into an 100-watt charger. You might have one of those already. I was able to use my third-party MacBook charger, and it worked just fine. We all have different preferences and needs when it comes to lights. And a lot of things I film don't require a ton of power. So in those moments is when I'd appreciate having a light like this. In the $200 price range, I think it's well worth it. So if you are interested, there'll be a link down in the description. But that'll do it for me. I'm gonna get up out of here. And look, check this out. So for this scene, it's mainly being lit with windows, but I did add the HB80C bounced off a wall to give me more light. And just so y'all can see, this is what it looks like without it. It makes a difference.